we kind of on the outside, this is us speaking, we kind of feel like you've been blackballed from coaching. You don't have to use that word. Like I said, that's how Jack and I feel. What are your thoughts? Because to me, like I said in the opening, you're one of the best basketball minds I've heard. You were a floor leader since you can remember, a point guard general. You have so much to give to the game, but I just don't feel like you've been given a fair shake as far as being an NBA head coach.
Well, I appreciate the love that you guys have expressed. Either I watched it, heard it, or heard about it. So I don't take it for granted, and I truly appreciate it. But that being said, I'm a guy with tremendous faith. I'm not going to slip my wrist if I never coach again, because I believe what the Bible says as far as if you do what you're supposed to do, it's a promise from God that I will not withhold any good thing from you. So if I'm not coaching, that means it's not good. As long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I truly believe that the day will come when I have the opportunity to walk the sidelines again and lead a basketball team. For 3 years in Golden State, I had the time of my life impacting players, developing relationships, and changing a culture. And I truly was blessed to do that. And I look forward to the opportunity to do it again. I don't believe that no man can blackball me. That door will open up and the opportunity will present itself. I'll be locked and loaded and fully prepared to finish the task.
That's refreshing. That's refreshing for me to hear, man. Because like Matt said, we've been two guys that have been fighting for you all this time, and to hear how at peace you are with it, and to understand, I'm big in faith too. To understand that my faith controls everything. To hear you say it like that, I'm kind of comfortable with how things are going now.
I just look at it like he's been too good to me. At the end of the day, I got fired, and 24 hours later, I was signed to go back to ESPN and call the NBA Finals. So it wasn't like I had the opportunity to sit back and say, man, what is going on? How I'm going to pay this bill? Or how I'm going to do that? Or what I'm going to do now? Before I even was fired, I had another opportunity to go back to what I was once doing and be with friends that I have for life.
That's amazing. You touched on changing culture in Golden State. Jack and I played on the We Believe team that made a cool run there, and then they kind of went back to being bad again, and then you came along and completely changed the mindset, the culture, the focus. And I seen it coming up because I was with the Clippers. So it was almost kind of like we're a little bit of a big brother to you guys, but we would see every time we played you guys like, these young motherfuckers are going to be good, man. They play hard. They play together. They have fun. They got some young dogs. And I remember when Draymond, because Chris was the top point guard at the time, and I remember Draymond said something like, I'm taking Steph Curry every day, 10 out of 10 to whatever he said. Like, Steph Curry is my guy. I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. And I think that kind of attitude is something you kind of put on that culture. And we give you a lot of respect for getting that thing started. I know Steph gives you a lot of respect for that as well, too.
Mm-hmm. You win in this league with talent. And I was fortunate enough to acquire some incredible talent and continue to improve it with a great organization and great decisions. With that being said, just like you said, we was your little brothers. We were not ready yet to beat you guys. To me, it takes a process. And, we went 3 years only beating the Memphis Grizzlies 2 or 3 times in 3 years because they were more physical, they were more experienced, they were more polished, and they were pros. So it's a process. And what we see today, you can point the finger back to 6, 7 years ago where they were in the gym grinding. One thing about those guys, they were true professionals. Every one of the guys I coach, they bought in from day one, and the culture changed. You can say, well, my staff and I played a key role, but you have to have willing basketball players that want to do the work their tail off, compete, and continue to get better. And I was blessed in that area.
No, it was beautiful to see because, like I said, you laid the foundation. The guys continue to work, and then, Steve Kerr comes in, and I got a chance to play on one of those teams, but just to see the energy, the attitude, and like you said, those guys are leaders without, no disrespect to anyone, those guys can play without a coach. That's how on point they are, how much they held each other accountable, how just they were about it was, and it was really cool to see and be a part of that.
And saying that, that's not taking anything away from Steve Kerr, who's an outstanding individual, and an incredible basketball mind and an incredible coach. You can say I did a good job and Steve Kerr did a great job. Both of those things can coincide with one another. Absolutely. So I give him a lot of credit. The one person...
Go ahead.
No, I'll say this. The one person in the world, like people can say, you can say I can coach, and somebody else can say I can coach, somebody else can say I can't coach. The one person beyond a shadow of a doubt that can tell you whether somebody can coach is the person that took the job after them, because they understand what they had to teach, what they had to instill. Well, when you say to a guy, okay, let's run the floppy action, and they don't have a clue, you know some guys that come from certain colleges.
Something wrong.
And the first practice, you say, okay, we're going to blitz the pick and roll. And they say, huh? They don't know what they're doing. But when you got the right terminology, the right work habits, and you can tell who was taught and who wasn't. So I give Steve Kerr a lot of credit. He's been nothing but fantastic to me.
Yeah. No, I hope
if you don't know the floppy offense, you behind. You lost. Oh, man, y'all started from zero if you don't know floppy.
Well, exactly. We've seen those guys, though.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely. No. I hope he didn't come across as taking nothing from Steve Kerr. I think he's great at what he's doing, but I think I was just speaking more to the intelligence of the players. Like I said, it was such a fine-tuned machine there, and Steve picked and chose where he needed to, put his influence on and massaged and let those guys go out there and be great. And they were one of the best teams of all time. One of a historical run, a dynasty. You know what I mean? So it was fun to be able to watch and see. Like I said, seeing them. When I was a Clipper, kind of seeing them as youngsters going through the hard knocks of what the NBA is about, but seeing what they were about and knowing they were going to be good.
Absolutely.
This life was all I ever wanted.
I'm not leaving. Not yet.
I was hoping you'd say that.
We gotta hit the streets, make some money.
People like us must destroy people like him. Buckle up.
Get Showtime free at Showtime.com.